I will be going Armor Piercing CullingStrike WithHunter this league. We will be needing this hood, the Myris Uxer Covert Hood. I will be butchering every single name more than likely. But this hood gives us a 100% increased CullingStrike threshold. What CullingStrike does, it allows us to kill enemies once they hit a certain HP threshold. For normal enemies, it is 30%, magic, it is 20%, rare, it is 10%, and unique is 5%. This hood effectively doubles that threshold, which means it is now 60% for normal, 40% for magic, 20% for rare, and 10% for unique. We will also be needing these gloves, the Eris Fane's Wings Burnished Gauntlets, which gives us Decimating Strike. Now we could get Decimating Strike from our Ascendancy, but we need the points elsewhere. What Decimating Strike does is it gives our hits against full life enemies remove between 5 and 30% of life before the damage of the hit is applied. So we instantly take off HP and we also do damage at the same time. With this and CullingStrike, we will effectively be two-shotting most white and magic mobs. Now we can get added threshold from a support gem, CullingStrike 2, which gives us 20% when we cull a enemy, which we will be doing constantly. Now we can also get one from the Heart of the Well, but I imagine this will be expensive, but it is an option. It will give us an extra 25% increased CullingStrike threshold. Now you can also corrupt this hood to give us another 20% CullingStrike threshold. So effectively we could have a bonus 20 from the helm, 20 from the gem, and 25 from the diamond gem, which is great. 20, 40, 65% extra. Now from the tree we can get Call the Hordes, which allows 40% increased threshold against rare or unique enemies. This will help a lot for the bosses and the rare enemies. We also can get the Finish Them. 40% increased CullingStrike threshold against immobilized enemies. In this build we will be pinning enemies, which is an immobilized ability. Immobilized is frozen, pinned, heavy stun, and electrocuted. We can also get Bounty Hunter, which is 25% increased CullingStrike. 5% here, 5% here, and another 5%. 40 plus 40 is 80%. And then we also have this little node way back here that we can get on our amulet, which gives us an additional 20%. So effectively, we will most likely one-shot white mobs, two-shot magic mobs, and 4 to 5-shot rare mobs. Of course, boss mobs are going to take a little bit longer, but hey. Now our skill is Armor Piercing Rounds. We will get Pen here. We will be using the Pen to support. It has no downside for damage, and it also gives us critical hit chance against immobilized enemies. So we could eventually build into crit, which will be a much bigger damage. Now, we will want rapid attacks for the extra attack speed. Gamble Shot, we aren't sure if we're going to keep yet. We are waiting to see how it feels live. Now, Pierce we will hopefully keep, but if the damage goes away more, 20% is already a lot. So if it does increase more, we might not be able to keep Pierce 3, and we might have to edit the tree a bit and get Pierce there. Now, Fresh Clip is a must. We will be effectively getting 25% increased damage always, because we'll always be reloading. We shoot pretty fast. I don't have the best gear because buying good gear at the end game is very expensive, but we will be focusing on physical damage. So you will need a good physical damage crossbow. Now, for our Ascendancy, we will be taking Pitless Killer to give us the CullingStrike. And of course, we will be getting Ceremonial Abolition and Obsessive Rituals for the Ward. Now, with the update, Ward will now help us with physical and chaos damage. It will go into the shield before our HP. So that is amazing. Now, we will lose the 50% increased effect, but we will gain the physical and chaos damage mitigation. Now, the reason why we didn't take Decimating Strike here is we will take Zealous Inquisition to help us with clear early on and into the late game. Now, 10% chance for enemies you kill to explode, dealing 100% of their maximum life as physical damage. This chance is doubled against undead and demons, which I expect the new league content to have a lot of demons and humans. So I'm hoping this effectively comes to 20% for the content. Now, this does proc pretty often, just regularly, because you are killing a lot of enemies. But the big thing is, it deals 100% of their maximum life to surrounding enemies in a pretty good AoE. Which is going to be great because they will be increasing the health pool of monsters in higher tier maps. We will see how that plays out, but I believe CullingStrike with Zealous Inquisition and armor piercing rounds will be amazing. Now, the armor piercing rounds will shed the armor of the enemies, which effectively makes us do more damage to them. So armor piercing rounds is great for this. It will help us really take down single target, but I am struggling right now with boss monsters, but I believe once I get the build running in the new league, it will be doing a lot more damage. I am hoping to get more into crit for the extra damage. Now, I'm not really going to show the passive tree because the passive tree is going to be changing this league. So I don't want to speculate or get anyone's hopes up for any nodes that are going to be there that might not be there or might be just updated completely and ruin everything. Now, the biggest problem with this is while we're running, we are pretty slow, but they did say that there will be a lot more nodes for movement speed penalty reduction. And how do I do this? Oh, I haven't looked at sockets in a while. I'm sorry. Whatever. Anyway, they're doing a lot of change to ruins, and it's just terrible. It really ruined our reduced movement speed penalty, so I'm hoping the new nodes really give us more of it, because right now this is very slow for the attack speed and everything, and I honestly have high hopes for this patch. I believe we are going to be zooming and dooming. But, yeah, this is my first video. Please give me some feedback. I know I stuttered and mumbled a bit, but that's just how I am. I will be streaming this league, so please look forward to that. And I will be doing a build update day 1, day 3 or 4, and 1 week.
Наконец-то!